Hey everyone, me Kevin here with your morning update on unemployment, stimulus, insights from Mitch McConnell, Larry Kudlow, and insights from a member of the Budget Committee in the Senate. We'll also touch on the stock market in the big red day we have today. All we need now to top this day off is Chuck Schumer going to a salon to get a pedicure. Anyway, this is one of those days you definitely want to make sure that you have your life insurance, which you can get in as little as 5 minutes via the link down below. It's awesome. It's what Lauren and I have. And of course, you can get one free stock with Webull if you deposit $100. Give them $100. It's part of your account, so you can take it back if you want. They'll give you $800 to $1,600 in a randomly assigned stock. All right, first things first, on unemployment. We saw 881,000 individuals file for unemployment, which is down from last week, but it's obviously still a very substantial number. Claims by self-employed workers shot up 152,000 as well, over 750,000 claims from self-employed workers. This is not a good sign in services or small businesses, and this number is being tracked separately from the other 881,000, since self-employed workers are usually not counted in the normal unemployment data. So seeing this tick up in the self-employed unemployment filings is not a good sign. On the FEMA boost, every state has now applied for the FEMA unemployment boost except for Nebraska and South Dakota. Only 8 states, though, have so far paid out any money, including retroactive payments. On the skinny stimulus bill, Senator Kevin Cramer, who's a Republican on the Budget Committee, says he thinks we're very close to the Senate passing a bill when they come back to work next week, which, remember, we do have a 3-day weekend this weekend. Kevin Cramer believes Republicans will pass a $500 to $700 billion skinny bill to get everyone in the Senate on board with a baseline proposal, or at least as many senators as possible. Then he believes that the goal is, after that, to find a middle ground, so that way they can begin negotiating with Democrats. And I just want to give everyone a fair warning, when we see this skinny bill, it's basically going to look stupid and like crap. So keep that in mind. It's not going to look good. Even Becky Quick on CNBC this morning asked Kevin Cramer, why is it that it seems like Republicans are moving in the wrong direction and doing a smaller bill? Well, apparently there's some sort of magical Republican strategy here, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that unfolds. Speaking of magic, Larry Kudlow came out and tried to redefine how well the economy is doing. Well, keep this in mind. In June, Larry Kudlow was the dude who always came on TV going, the Apple Mobility Index says the economy's about to blow up in a really good way. Everybody's getting back to malls and shopping and things are great. Remember, he referenced the Apple Mobility Index back then when they tracked cell phone data to see how much people are going out and shopping. Well, last night, a reporter asked Larry, why is the Apple Mobility Index declining and why are things slowing down? To which Larry Kudlow promptly said, well, that's not a real number. Instead, we should be looking at manufacturing, and that's booming. We should be looking at auto sales because those are booming. Heck, we should be looking at the housing boom because that's booming. Then he kind of backtracked a bit and said, but I guess I'll acknowledge that the Apple Mobility Index is rising, but slowing. But I wouldn't put too much weight on that. The trend is still up. That's what Larry Kudlow said. Then right after that, Larry Kudlow mentioned that the administration is also aware that unemployment is coming to an end via the FEMA boost in many states, so it's pretty much ending right as it's beginning, and a more permanent solution through Congress is being worked on. He did reiterate that we won't be doing $1 trillion in state and local bailouts, that is a separate issue. Oh, and quick note, I got finally caught up with all my emails, so that means the Larry coupon code will expire today at 5 p.m. Sorry, that got extended for a couple days there while I caught up. My bad. So today at 5 p.m. California time, I will be canceling that coupon. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi released statements yesterday, as well, arguing that rental assistance is a huge piece of the puzzle that Republicans are missing. Remember, the CDC's eviction ban does not provide any sort of rental assistance. Speaking of the CDC's eviction ban, the income criteria that as long as you make less than or no more than $99,000 as a single filer, a single tenant, or no more than $198,000 as a couple, you qualify for that CDC eviction ban. To figure that number, you have to certify that you believe your 2020 income is going to be under those thresholds, or not more than those thresholds. On stimulus checks, North Carolina is issuing $335 checks for parents, or families with at least one child. However, on the federal stimulus checks, we still do not have news. The order of operations right now is skinny bill, negotiate, and see if we can add stimulus checks to the skinny bill. So next week should be entertaining. Next week will also only be a 4-day work week. So yes, that means Congress is coming back off recess to go to work for 4 days before taking off for the weekend again. On the stock market, we're pretty much seeing a pretty incredible and painful pullback in the stock market right now. We've had euphoria for almost an entire month. So it is not a surprise to see some sort of correction in the stock market after nearly a month of euphoria. We've got, for example, Rocket Mortgage blowing earnings out of the water, yet falling 13% today. We've got Enphase Energy down 12%. Tesla's down 7%. Most tech is down today. Redfin down 8%. Lot of loss today in tech. If we look at the winners, we've got a few winners, but mostly just Macy's, Carnival, Beyond Meat, and some of the sort of reopening recovery stocks here. But even these are pulling off highs from the morning. So it's going to be a little bit of a painful few days, I think, as the market corrects here. But sometimes some correction can be healthy. And it's expected after a massive run-up like what we saw with the Tesla and Apple Zoom following